Alright, hi, welcome back to Family and Fit, where we talk fitness and how to integrate it in your busy lifestyle. So today we're just riding out in the car, heading to the gym, and something just kind of crossed my mind a little bit earlier, and it's how do super fit people stay in shape. And although there are many factors that go into how people are staying in shape, the main thing I really want to target on today is body composition. And body composition is such an important factor because by gaining more muscle on your frame, you can have more fat and still look better. Your fat percentage may not go up, but overall body fat on your body could go up and still actually look better than what you currently look like. And that's something I've kind of noticed with myself. Through this bulk that I'm doing right now, I'm gaining enough muscle to also gain fat, but yet I don't look like I'm getting fatter. I look like I'm still carrying the same body fat percentage, but overall my fat is going up as far as just fat weight. And that's something that's very, very important to take into consideration. When you're somebody like me who is like a fat, skinny type of person where I had a lot of fat in my stomach, but I wasn't big and bulky, I was not muscular at all. I was kind of like frail. Essentially everything I would eat would just go like right to my stomach. I couldn't hardly eat anything without really seeing it. Like I could literally eat Thanksgiving dinner, and then like after the food had settled and stored into fat, like the next day or two, I could noticeably see changes. And it was because my body only needed a certain amount of calories to be able to maintain. And that's only because my body needed a very small amount of calories to maintain my weight. And since I was going into a high calorie intake, it was such a high ratio from what my maintenance is. Say for instance, my maintenance calories was about 2,000 calories, maybe 2,200, 2,300 or something like that. I ate a 3,000 calorie meal. I went 7,000 calories over my diet. Even with fitness, that's still such a huge amount. And then you eat like crap for the next few days because you got leftovers and you're overeating all them leftovers and whatnot. Those continual days of 700 calories plus extra from what you need will definitely show up on your body. And it really starts to change after you get a little bit more into the fitness and after you've gained some more muscular structure to your body. Like I'm sitting at a year right now, and I'm like 99% sure that by next year when I go into a bulk, I'm gonna struggle to actually hit my calories. I'm probably gonna have to eat junk food and eat to make myself get sick almost, just because for me to consume the calories that I need to actually gain muscle, it's just gonna be more than what my body wants to intake. Now this won't be true for all people, because this plays a little bit in your genetics. Genetically, they categorize people in 3 different body types, and it's kind of like where you'd have a fat skinny, you would have like somebody who's like an easy gainer, and somebody who's like a hard gainer, and they're just really skinny and really frail. And I find I fall in between the middle of those. And I think it's the worst when you're not into fitness, because you look frail and fat at the same time. But I think it in the long run, it's the best for fitness and being in shape, because you're able to gain muscle fairly easily. And then after you've gained that muscle, it's fairly easy to keep off the fat, because you've now gained more muscular structure and the ability to take in more calories in a day without really going way over. I'm doing intuitive eating. Just got a video posted up about it, but essentially intuitive eating is going into how I'm eating, and I'm essentially just not tracking hardly anything, and I just judge my body day by day. I'm in a bulk. I'll kind of go over this in another video. I want to ease people's mind who are like not into shape right now, and see these people who are looking great and in fantastic shape, and it seemed like they're in great shape all the time. It's probably because they are, and even though there's other factors that go along with it, this is such a huge factor that makes it easy. It's not just that they diet very well and that they watch their calories and their food intake very well. That is a big factor in it. But after you've gained more muscle, and especially after you've kind of reached your genetic potential, which is genetically how big you can get without doing like steroids and stuff. After you've reached your genetic potential, you've then reached a much higher caloric need for maintenance calories. When you very first start off fitness, you could essentially have a 2,000 calorie intake, and by the time you reach your genetic potential, be at a 3,000 calorie intake. And that's a huge, substantial amount of food for somebody to be able to intake. That's, you know, half of what you would normally been able to take in. Those measures may be a little bit more drastic. It may not be as big of a window. You know, you may be looking at 2,200 for your, when you very first start out fitness, and then maybe something like 2,800, you know, and that also depends if you're just trying to maintenance or if you're trying to bulk. But as far as a maintenance, you're probably looking at being able to consume at least 500 more calories. And if you're really skinny and don't have hardly any muscle at all, you're probably going to increase literally almost 1,000 calories that you're able to consume in a day without getting overweight and being able to gain muscle still. So yeah, the body fat composition really plays a big role in it. You also have more muscle that shows through the fat, so that makes it a lot easier. But I mainly wanted to target on kind of how the body composition is able to be maintained by having more muscular structure, which then makes it even easier for dieting and even easier for the full lifestyle thing. I think a lot of people don't want to do fitness because they think they don't want to have to change up their whole entire life. And even though the first year or two is going to be more difficult and you're going to have to make more sacrifices, even if you weren't willing to make those sacrifices and you were willing to make this a lifestyle change, you could hit, you know, you could just go in and hit weights. That's my main suggestion, is hitting weights and hit heavier weights. Don't be going anything over 15 reps. Use good form. Just focus on that. If you focus on that for like 2 years, you'll naturally start to lose more weight as long as you don't start consuming even more food than what you're consuming now. If you're eating just in a little bit of a caloric surplus, you're literally just gonna make, you know, maximum amounts of gains. You're probably gonna end up losing weight just because the amount of effort your body's having to put in that it's not used to, especially if you have not done anything with fitness ever in your life. Your muscles will be tore down and they will always be re-healing, and it will always be taking energy out of your body to heal those muscles, and that energy is the food that you eat. So, you know, and after you get to a certain point, you'll be in even more shape, and you can eat even more food than what you eat now and stay in just as great a shape. Like I said, here in the next year, I'm gonna probably struggle to eat enough food, and I'm a fatty at heart. I like to eat a lot of food. I've been like kind of snacking around all day. I'm not intermittent fasting right now because of the bulk, so it's gonna be really easy. It's gonna be super easy to cut down, I think, too, just because of the whole. I just won't have to cut as many calories. I can still eat a decent amount of food and get through the day, especially along with intermittent fasting as well. So I'll put a link here for you to subscribe, and also I'll put another link for some more content of ours. If you want to check any more things out, leave some comments down below. That's what really helps us keep going and gives us feedback on what we need to improve on and what you guys would like to see. We really appreciate everybody who's viewing, and y'all have a great day, a great New Year's, and make sure to cut them calories if you're gonna be drinking a lot of alcohol New Year's. Have a great day.